had a little bit more work done on the Jeep recently. Got a new front track bar. So new front track bar. The old one, the Heim joint had worn out and was giving me some issues with some steering. And at the same time, well, not quite at the same time, because the track bar was done at the front, but at the while I had it in the shop, I stuck some longer sway bar links in the rear end. The lift that was originally done on the Jeep, man, this is muddy. The lift that was originally done on the Jeep didn't upgrade certain components properly, and I had no clue. Because I didn't know anything about it. I just sort of assumed that the place that was doing the work knew what they were doing, but it turns out what they do but don't tell you is more of a cosmetic makeover to the Jeep and trucks and anything else you take to these guys. So I started learning fairly quickly after I started going off-road that these guys had done a whole lot of things wrong. And started replacing components. So here I am, that was 2014, 2013. Here I am 2017, and I still find things that these guys messed up. So anyway, rear sway bar links was one. I didn't have too much of a concern about it initially because my rear end was a little bit lower than it is today. The last little while I had some extra spacers, coil spacers put in on the rear suspension just to help compensate for all the weight that I do carry in the Expedition Jeep. And ever since that was done, I noticed that I get a little bit more sway back in the Jeep. And I do have a heavy-duty anti-sway bar. And when that first went in, I had a lot of rear end sway corrected, but then those coil spacers went in and it's almost like the effects of my heavy duty sway bar disappeared. After the coil spacers were in, that rear sway bar was sitting, when the Jeep was level, was sitting almost 30 degrees negative. Your sway bars front and rear should sit level. Mine on the rear was way down. And I had a problem in the early days, again, going back to the wrong lift in the system, or not the wrong lift, but the wrong installer. The front sway bar links were too short, and I actually had that flip and cause a bit of a jam up on a trail. Anyway, rear sway bars, they're longer now, so I wanted to take it out, do a bit of a shakedown run here, and just have a look at how things are moving in and underneath. I want to make sure that there's the flex going on that needs to flex, and everything returns to center the way that it should. Just make sure there's no rubbing on any components. So I went in, I'm in Vancouver area. There's a place called Triangle Beach. So I just did a short, quick run through there, put a camera underneath, and let's check out how that all is working out. So as you would have been able to see there on the video, everything is flexing. The sway bar is doing its work. Everything's flexing and moving around in there, no problems at all. Nothing's binding, nothing's grinding, rubbing, scraping, anything like that. So I think I'm good to go on that. I'll keep an eye on it. Obviously in the situation I was just in there, it wasn't a real serious off-road course. I wasn't flexing things out completely, so we'll keep an eye on it. But I'm fairly happy with that and confident that the next adventure will go smoothly.